that were paying us money to do work for them.
Yeah.
And I was looking at them like, you're a fucking idiot.
That's an exercise I go through a lot,
Mhm.
almost every day. Because somebody will, and you're like, how dare you ask me something so low level and stupid? And I don't have time to answer your dumbass question. And then I
Mhm.
realize, wait,
That's
what
why
the-
they're paying me.
what in the hell is wrong with me? Like,
Yeah.
that's me. I'm fucking weird. Like, that is not a response that you should have. Like,
Yeah.
dude, check yourself.
No.
And I always think of Aaron Droplin.
Mhm.
And he would, I forget, it was like one of the early on times we met him, and he was doing the talk, and he was like, look, man, I've dug ditches before. I could be digging ditches, but
Sure.
instead I'm working in Illustrator.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta put some of your shit in perspective sometimes. It's like, I'm like, you're paying me to answer you a question about Google.
Mhm.
I probably shouldn't complain about that.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real here.
Mhm.
I could be driving a truck from here to Arkansas, you
Mhm.
know. Like, instead I'm sitting here in this air conditioned thing, drinking my coffee, just writing an email about Google. Like, it ain't that hard, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is pretty lucky.
Yeah. That's
And I run through that little
Yep.
scenario, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cool job. You know, I get emails at least once a week from somebody like begging for a job, you know, and I don't have one to give them, but I'm like, there are people in the world that want this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how dare you send me an email?
Mhm. Yeah.
That is just like the opposite of everything we're talking about. I mean, it doesn't leave my head.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't say that to the person,
I don't say the words that are in
Yeah,
my brain.
but I like it happens, and I run that filter, and I go, okay, take
Yeah.
your time. Like,
Yeah.
take another sip of coffee and write a normal email.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's why I tell you that.
we are not our thoughts, people.
Yes, you are.
I don't think so.
Well,
We're gonna have a different conversation
no,
now.
it's
I don't think we are
You're-
our thoughts, because if that's the case, I would probably be a murderer
Mhm.
several times over.
Yeah.
I would have no clients. Like,
be a psychopath.
yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to have the thoughts. We shouldn't. This is you can disagree, but I don't think we should punish ourselves for having the thoughts.
It's the action.
The problem is when you act on those thoughts.
Yes.
Is the difference between having a thought and being a
Well,
psychopath.
yeah, that's the
sociopath.
difference of being a human versus
Yeah.
non.
I mean, and that's just. I mean, it just is. You have thoughts. I mean, you can't berate. I think some people get stuck in that. They get stuck in berating themselves over what they're thinking about, and then they just have guilt over it and stuff. And I think that's a lot of people's problems.
Mhm.
When you should just be like, think it and then chill the fuck out.
Should I murder that person? I really want to.
No,
murder
you
that
probably
person.
shouldn't.
You probably
Yeah.
shouldn't. However, do they deserve it?
Just
maybe.
don't let you, just
maybe.
don't let your daydreaming get carried away.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we can't all be Dexter. No, and this is why when I tell you that being in the army and being in the infantry was the best and worst time of my life, and
I'm sure you're around some sociopaths in the army.
yes, and they're in jail or they have medals.
Okay.
Depends
on the scenario. I
Depends
guess.
on the scenario. And right tool for right place. But it was the worst time because it was the most isolated.
Yeah.
I think I'd ever felt at that point in my life.
Right.
It was the best time. And sometimes I think about it when I say that, like, it's not the best time because I had the best time, because I did. I had a great time with, my friends and everything that I've had for life. It's the best time because it was the time where I figured out this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life.